Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. It's funny, people watch video after video after video and they go, oh my God, I think this is the same video because he always starts them all the same way. Which is pretty interesting because today we're talking about the certain way. The certain way. So I'm going to wait for people to get on here. Really excited to talk about this. I got to give sort of a shout out, whether he'll watch this or not, or be on today. Nicholas has sort of got inspired me for the topic for today. And so there's my lovely wife. Hi, Mary. How are you? Really excited to share this stuff with you. And so, hey, Eric. So we'll go ahead and get started. So again, the topic for today is called the certain way. And this has always been a unique topic for me. For those of you that are unaware of this, this basically was something that I pretty much have known my whole entire life. And, but I never ever knew words around it, right? So hi, Craig. Hi, Bill. And one of the things is it's one of the chapters in the science of getting rich, the science of getting rich. For those of you that want to reach out to me, let me know, and we'll do that. Also, I want to make a quick announcement before we get started here, is this Saturday, of course, that didn't work that way. Nope. Huh. Okay, so I will post it because I can't figure out how to post a picture in here right now. But if it's HTTP, I wonder if I can just use the name there. Okay, I'm going to put roberthollis.com/AMA. Okay. So we're going to do on this Saturday, we're going to do a Ask Me Anything. And you have to go there and register. And here's why. My son and I just finally realized that you cannot, Facebook is slow but sure not sending out my videos to people, and people can't find them. Some people that are even following me, Facebook is not notifying them that I'm doing a live. So we're going to have to start doing some of our bigger trainings, away from Facebook. And so this Saturday at noon, I guess it pulled up the graphic. That's how incredible my son is. Thank you, Matthew. And so now we'll go ahead and go. So Louise and Sally, thank you very much. Zoltan, Ilona, John, Pat, Debbie, Kai, thank you very much, you guys. So here we're going to talk about the certain way. Now, one of the things I want each and every one of you to know is, I've never had a difficulty with this. I was explaining to Nicholas, I said that he inspired this. When I first of all, your life, step one, your life has to be to the point where you don't want it to be that way anymore. So we already know that 97% of the people in the world are conformist. They love conformity. And the reason they love conformity is because it's the path of least resistance. It's what we like to do. A lot of us don't want to do uncomfortable things. And so the reason that you always hear when people become successful, and it seems like really fast, there's only two ways that this happens. One is inspiration. So I always bring this up where, a small child or even me, maybe you, we seen somebody that inspired us. And so the great example of this is always the Olympics. And so, a new girl or a new boy, wins a gold medal or silver medal, bronze medal. And they always ask them, hi, Dan, nice to see you. Hi, Michael, Peter, Randy. And they always ask them, wow, you won this medal. And they go, I know, I've been dreaming and visualizing this moment my entire life. I'll never forget watching the Olympics and they name a couple of people that they watched on the Olympics that inspired them. If they can do it, so can I. Yeah, I seen her win a gold medal in gymnastics. I seen him win a gold medal in swimming. And so, the whole thing is, hey, that's it. That's it. I want to do that. Another one that we hear all the time is my case. It's called desperation. So desperation for me, and the shortest way I could tell my story is that if you would have asked me what what I did for a living, I would tell you that I work on professional race cars. It's funny how we can constantly move our title to make our status better and the best it can be. So instead of saying I work on cars, I worked hard on cars, but wait a minute. I was inspired by my cousins. So my cousins actually built cars. They were quite a bit older than I was, and they actually built cars and raced them at the drag strip. So I was inspired. I was inspired by them. And so I always hung out in the garage. Hi, Tom. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Kenneth. And so I was inspired by them. They would take me to the track. And of course, I did a lot of the things. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to be around them. So being around them meant like I did stuff like clean up the floor and I cleaned car parts. And, I hung around them and asked them questions. And there was a certain way to put a motor together. There was this sequence, a route in a treasure map, a combination on a safe. You got to do it in that way. The reason why is because the components that hook to each other, it's like a giant puzzle, but it's got to be a certain way. You can't put the pistons in, unless they're connected to the rods. You can't put the rods and the piston in the engine unless the crank's already in. You can't put the lifters or the push rods in until the camshaft is in. There's a certain way. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to do it my own way. And there's another thing that's really interesting is a word surrender. A word surrender. Surrender very simply means I don't know that I don't know, so I'm going to find a documented person that knows how to do this, and then I'm going to follow their certain way. And so when you learn from people that are experts, you learn from people that are masters, you learn from people that constantly have another success story of another person they helped. And when you find that person and you see that they're consistently and always out there helping people, and then that person gets to 7 figures, and then they help a person and that person gets to 7 figures, and then they help that person and they went to 7 figures. When you see someone like this, I have a very interesting question for everybody that watches this live or recorded. Where does the rebellious come? Where does the overthinking come? Where does the, I'm not going to follow this perfect path to the treasure. I'm not going to spin the combination in the way that I was told to get the contents of the stuff in the safe. What is it with 97% of the people on the planet that for whatever reason flat out refuse? They're rebellious. They will not follow directions. Just ain't doing it. And because they won't follow directions, they have no clue why there's certain areas of their life that are unfulfilling. They don't know why things don't happen in their life. They wonder why they're not getting results. They wonder why, because they won't surrender to a certain way of doing what is done. And so one of my favorite movies, I haven't brought it up in a while and I need to rewatch it, is Karate Kid. And there's a lot of things in the hero's journey that is like this. So if you remember, Daniel goes to Mr. Miyagi and literally is begging him after he consistently has these bullies beat him up, and these bullies beat him up, and these bullies beat him up, and these bullies beat him up. See, he finally has had enough. I'm not living my life like this anymore. I'm done. And so he goes to Mr. Miyagi and he begs and he begs and he please, please, please. And he's going, no, I don't do that anymore. No, I don't do that anymore. And then finally, Daniel breaks him down, and this is what he says. Listen closely. He says, okay, you do what I tell you to do. Oh, yeah, I will. He goes, no, listen. You do what I tell you to do, and you don't ask questions. If you'll do what I tell you to do, and don't ask questions, then we have a deal. Do we have a deal? Yes. Now, as soon as Daniel said yes, he's not only excited, but now he's got all these thoughts in his head of expectations on how he thinks he should be trained. See, everyone that gets into this and wants to learn to do something, they have all these thoughts in their mind that come from I don't know where. But they get all these thoughts in their mind. Oh my God, okay, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is the way I'm going to get trained. And Mr. Miyagi says, hey, first thing I want you to do is wash and wax these cars. Why? Remember deal? Remember deal. What do you mean deal? No questions. First you wash the car. Do it this way. And then when you wax the car, do this way. Yeah, but you asked me to train you. Yeah. Do that. Do that. Okay. And as he's walking away, I always love how they make movies funny. Is as he's walking away and he's washing the cars, he goes, where's all these cars come from? And Mr. Miyagi goes, Detroit. But it's interesting, in any show or any hero's journey, you always see the student, the person that's learning. They get so distracted. They get so overthinking. They ask so many questions. They're like, and they'll listen to anybody. If you understand the whole series of Star Wars, is Darth Vader was simply all the evil people that are in the movie are people that weren't no longer willing to listen to their mentor. That they allowed outside people to say, you don't need that mentor. You're already ready. You're already better than a Jedi. You don't need that stuff. And so they always confront their mentor. Why haven't you promoted me yet? Why haven't you given me a belt yet? Why? And they get frustrated. And as soon as they get frustrated, they usually quit. They stop because it's not comfortable to surrender and listen to somebody and follow a proven path. Or they just go do something else and learn from a different mentor and probably don't listen to them either. So it's pretty sad. So I'm going to post in here something that you can watch later, because this is like, one of the best episodes in that show. And one of the things about this is all of a sudden Daniel has this thing in his head, and he's all upset at Mr. Miyagi, and he says, I'm nothing but your slave. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of, washing and waxing. I'm tired of, painting the fence. I'm tired of waxing your deck. Sanding the floor. I'm tired of this stuff. I don't want to do this anymore. And they're walking, and he goes, you haven't taught me anything. You promised to teach me something, and you haven't taught me nothing. And he's going, I've taught you plenty. And Danielson gets so pissed off that he decides, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. And then he yells at him, and he says, come here. And then he starts throwing kicks and punches at him. And he says, show me. Show me, wax the car. Wax on, wax off. Show me, paint the fence. Show me, sand the floor. And it's sad that a lot of people will come to me and go, Robert, man, I would love to make the kind of income that you make. I would love to have your lifestyle. I'd love to give, thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands to charity. I would love to help people. I'd like to buy things for the people that I love. I would love to go on vacation. I'd like to be free. And I go, see, the problem with this industry is that it's voluntary. It's voluntary. So then I can say, hey, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. I'll show you exactly what I do. I ain't doing that. Nope, not gonna. Nope. You know what? In fact, I heard from Ray, I heard from Todd, I heard from Danny, I heard from Eric, I heard from all these other people that this is the way to do it. And I go, okay, so did you surrender and listen to them? So if you found someone that is going to show you exactly how to do it, and they got results by helping other people, current results, why aren't you making money? Why aren't you getting results? I don't know. Maybe this is not for me. No, that's a lie and an excuse. You have it in your soul. You have it in your spirit to be great, to be awesome, to be a miracle. It's in your DNA. You were created to create. You just keep refusing it. The reason that a lot of people's lives suffer and suffer a lot because they know that they're being coached or pushed to become the best person they can be. There is no other thing to do on this planet. You don't ask a flower to grow. You don't ask a tree to grow. You don't ask grass to grow. It just does. You don't ask animals to reproduce. You don't ask animals to get better. But guess what? You have free will. You have choice. And so you choose not to seek out a mentor. If you did choose and seek out a mentor, you choose to not follow directions. You choose to be rebellious. You choose to be uncoachable. And Nicholas, thank you for inspiring this. Because Nicholas said, wow, every time I reach out to you, Robert, or reach out to Melody, and I ask you if there's other things that could work for me, maybe a different meditation or a different book or a different way of doing things. It's like you and Melody shut it down right away. And let me tell you, it's not that we shut it down right away. We were taught by our mentors the certain way. And we did it, and we surrendered, and we did it, and we got gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder. And we got, listen to this, some of you are not going to like this, because we followed a certain way, we got instant results. We believed in it. There's a guy I'm working with in Colombia right now. His name is Daniel. And he goes, wow, a lot of the stuff that you shared with me doesn't seem right. It doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't make sense. It's the opposite of what you were taught. It's the opposite of your environment. It's the opposite of everything you think. That's what's hilarious. What's hilarious is the people that are happy and fulfilled are doing the things that unhappy and unfulfilled people are not doing. The people that are successful and make a lot of money and have freedom are doing the exact opposite of people that don't have those things. Of course they don't make any sense. So people reach out to me and they go, please, please, please tell me the combination to the safe. Please, please, I need this so bad for my family. I'm tired of my life sucking. Please. And I go, here it is. Here it is. You ready? Yeah. 35 to the left. Turn until you get to 35. Got it? Yeah. Here's where everybody messed up. You don't go to the right. You then go to left again to 12. And then you go right to 44. But I don't want to do it that way. And this person said this, and this person said this, and I read this other book that said this, and someone said that this meditation is better. And someone said, instead of doing a morning ritual, it's better to do it at night. And I'm like going, I give. I give up. There you go. I didn't buy that book. I didn't read that book. I read it one time. Can I ask you a question in the book? Sure. What did it tell you to do in the book? I don't remember. I'm not good at retention. I'm not good at reading books. I don't know if I finished it. It's like, you're not ready. You're not ready. Here's the honesty. Here is the true honesty. You don't think that your life sucks. You're okay with your life being exactly where it is. You're okay with being a conformist and following the path of least resistance. You keep telling me and the world that you want your life to be better. You want more freedom. You want to make a bigger impact. You want to be an example for people to follow. You want to help people. People, if you want to help people, the only way to greatness is the service of many. And the only way you can be great and lead and have a bunch of people attracted to you is if you have results. You can only fool people for a certain amount of time. And sooner or later, they're going like, man, they're not showing their rank advancements anymore. And wow, they used to be pretty proud about their back office. And wow, they used to be really excited about the people's ranks they were showing. And they're not doing that anymore. I'm not bragging, but now I can't do it individually anymore. I got to take a whole list of 30 or 40 new rank advance for the month and post that. It's like, come on, people. So the lesson that I want to share with each and every one of you is ask yourself why. Why you won't get into the uncomfortable. Why you won't follow directions. What are parts of your life that just are okay? And like I said to Nicholas, it's okay if they're okay. Just understand that 97% of the people in the world are average and always going to be average. There's only 11% of the people in the world, in the United States, that make over 100 grand. There's only 5% that make over 200 grand. There's only 1% that make over $1 million. And some of you are going, I don't need to make $1 million. Okay. See, that's being honest. But part of being honest and saying, I'm okay with my life. I don't need it to be radically different. I don't need to make an impact. I don't need to help people. I can barely help myself. That's okay. But then you got to do something with that. Stop complaining. Stop being a victim. Stop blaming people. See, if you made a decision because you have free will and choice, then you chose to be who you are, the way you are right now. And that's fine. So stop complaining. My upline won't help me. I don't have anyone that will hold my hand. No. One of the reasons I created this video is for me to be able to constantly share it with people that keep asking me, hey Robert, do you got another minute? Can you give me a game plan? Can you do this? I can tell you exactly what to do. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay. So I love each and every one of you. If any one of you have ever said this, ever said this, you know what? Oh my God, if that person could do it, so can I. If that person can do it, so can I. I don't have to be as good as them, but I need to follow the certain way. I need to follow instructions, and I need to get excellent. I need to get really, really good at following this certain way. And then all of a sudden you get faster results. The results come faster and quicker. I always use these analogies to close this up. Do you think there's more than one way to teach someone how to ride a bike? I'll let you guys think about that for a little bit. So someone taught me how to ride a bike, and I've taught people how to ride a bike. And it just seems like the simple way is the simple way. How many ways are there to learn how to drive a car? If you go to work a job, they not only want it done a certain way, if you don't do it their way, then you can't work here anymore. I tell people all the time, I wish network marketing would force people like my auto mechanics years that you had to pass a test. You can't tell people that you're a master automotive technician. You can't say that you're a master in martial arts. No, you have to test. You have to learn and practice a certain way. After you learn and pass a certain way, then you get tested by a master. My sons Matthew and Kyle have a Cookie Won certificate from Korea for being black belts in Taekwondo. Nobody else in the world could test them other than a master Taekwondo, a sensei. Yet you can't, hey, Jimmy, yeah, can you test my sons and give them a Cookie Won certificate? Man, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be awesome if people that came into MDC, that they had to learn, they had to read the employee manual, the independent affiliate manual. They had to take a test. And if they didn't take a test, you can't be an independent affiliate for this company. Think about that. Because then people would go, well, I don't want to do that. Great. You made a decision. Adios. See you later. I'll find somebody else who's willing to go through it. So I think that you guys got this. I know that you got this. So do me a huge, huge personal favor and send this to everyone you know that is struggling. Because they won't struggle if they just practice what they need to do. Hey, would you like to learn how to play pool? Yeah, I'll show you. Well, I'd like to do it this way. All right. Good luck with that. I want to learn how to play darts. I want to bowl. I want to learn how to play horseshoes. Okay. All right. Well, if I throw it and I don't get close to the peg or it's not leaning to the peg, can I still get a point? No, you can't. Why? Shouldn't we change that? No, we shouldn't. All right. I love and appreciate you so much. Please share this with everyone. This Saturday, I'm going to be promoting it for the rest of the week. As please go register. You'll see that on there. It's roberthollis.com/AMA. My son, thank you so much for setting that up. And I'm here to answer your questions, and I'll answer them directly. I'll tell you exactly step by step on how to do that. I think this is probably almost video 95 or 96 since I've done at the beginning of the year. So that's roberthollis.com/steps, STEPS. I can give you it's neat to see you here, Ryan. It's like, there's people that are seeking me out now that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Why does someone make 6 figures a year or 7 figures a year in this business and I don't? It's easy, you guys. You're just not doing what they're doing. That's it. So you're a miracle. You're a creator. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.